Whiskey 8 Tango Delta, listening on 39.
W8WKY.
The other guy.
I do not see other guy. And I'm just kidding. Yes, you're correct. River Phoenix was the other guy. All of the other men were born on October 31st except for River Phoenix. Instead, on Halloween of 1993, that actor died of an alleged drug overdose. So he was born in wasn't born on October 31st. He passed away on October 31st. But at any rate, narrowed it down really well. Good job. Number 6. There is an old belief that it is good luck to see which of the following on Halloween. Is it a bat? Is it a spider? Is it a black cat? Or is it a pumpkin?
Okay.
LAR.
BAK.
KW4 agent.
Oh, I can just hear Warren chomping at the bit on this one. BAK. Which one is it?
I believe the superstition is that it's good luck to see black cats. WA4 BAK.
Maybe, but not the superstition we're after. Not a black cat. Not a black cat. Let's see. How about Alpha Golf? Let's see if you can redeem yourself. What do you think, sir?
Well, since that's what I was going to guess, what were the other three?
The three remaining answers are a bat, a spider, or a pumpkin.
I guess I will go with the bat.
Oh, no, sir. No, sir. Not a bat. That does leave a pumpkin and a spider. Let's see, LAR, LRK. Let's let LRK take this one and see if he can continue his streak of correct. What do you think, Wade?
So the first two answers given were the ones I would have chosen, so failing those, I'm going to choose the spider, and for LRK.
Wow, even guessing, he nails it. Yeah, at one time it was believed it was good luck to see a spider on Halloween. It indicated that the spirit of a loved one was guarding you from evil spirits. And, you know, that may be. I just wish they wouldn't, doggone it, spin those webs on my walk to the... I must collect a ton of those things. Good job, sir. Number 7. The Monster Mash is often played around the Halloween holiday. It was a Bobby Boris Pickett and the Crypt Kickers? Or was it Lord Paul Bearer and the Grave Diggers?
BAK.
UOC, Mike.
MHY.
Let's toss this one to MHY for the first shot. What do you think?
I had to dig through my Halloween decorations there to find Bobby and the Crypt Kickers. MHY, back to net control.
Well, you know, two things on this one. One, you have a lot more decorations than I do, evidently, and I thought I had a lot. And two, I actually sang this in the 4th grade chorus as a solo, and I still didn't know who did it. But you're right. In 1962, Bobby Boris Pickett and the Crypt Kickers recorded this holiday favorite. Pickett imitates horror movie icon Boris Karloff throughout the song. The song is a narration by a mad scientist who creates a monster that, late one night, gets up and begins dancing. Numerous other musicians have recorded their own versions of the song, including the Beach Boys, the Misfits, and the appropriately named musical group Smashing Pumpkins. Gotta love the red hair. Good job, sir. Number 8. What was the point of the old Scottish tradition involving a young woman peeling an apple in one long strip and then throwing it over her shoulder? Was it that it would protect you against miscarriage? Was it would protect you from the plague? Was it would land in the shape of the number of children she would have? Or was it the bill was believed to land in the shape of the first letter of the future spouse? Answer it. Let me answer it.
LAR.
First one that was let me answer it, but throw that suffix back out there, and then, hey, it's all you. Tell me which one it was.
What was the first one, mate? It was the first one, buddy.
The first one, it would protect you against miscarriage. No, not what we had. Not what we had. LAR, what do you think?
Well, can I have the remaining answers, please? Double.
Absolutely. It would protect you from the plague. It would land in the shape of the number of children you would have, or it was believed to land in the shape of the first letter of the future spouse.
The plague. WX9 LAR.
Not the plague, not the plague. Let's see, that leaves, it's going to land in the shape shape of the number of children, or that it's going to land in the shape of the first letter of the future spouse. Anybody else want to take a shot?
EAK.
Wouldn't be the spouse, would it?
All right, Warren, what do you think, buddy?
She would throw it 3 times, throw it over her shoulder, and it would land in the shape of the first letter of her future spouse. WA4 BAK.
A young woman would throw an unbroken apple peel over her shoulder, believing that her future spouse's first initial would appear. This was at a time when a good marriage was what most women aspired to. There was also another form of divination used for the same purpose. Northern European women were told that if they sat in a dark room Halloween night and looked in a mirror, the face of the future husband would appear. I don't know about that. Scared of that mirror myself. I'd always be arguing. Good job, sir.
Holy truly, that'd be scary.
Yeah, it would. All right, Ray, I'll get you for this one, buddy. Number 9. If you are afraid of Halloween, it might be said that you suffer from which of the following? Is it aquaphobia? Is it pumpkinophobia? Is it samhaniophobia? Or is it chemophobia?
BAK.
Well, you guys believe in Halloween.
Lima Alpha Romeo.
Enough of me being cheeky. Who we got out there anyway? Can you throw some call signs this way? Just so I can work out what's going on.
Sorry, sir, we're in the trivia segment of the Sunday Night Net. We'll call for late check-in shortly if you'd like to stand by. We'd love to get you on the log, but still got 4 more questions. So if you would, let's let the side comments wait until we call for comments afterwards, and we'll move right along. Let's see. LAR, let's see if you can redeem yourself. What do you think, sir?
Yep, good. I'll stand by.
Okay. For that to happen, I have to have the question again, please.
Absolutely. If you're afraid of Halloween, it might be said that you suffer from which of the following? Is it aquaphobia? Is it pumpkinophobia? Is it samhainophobia? Or is it chemophobia?
SLG, you're clear, Eric.
KD8SLG, KE8VZA. Thanks there, Just Nick. I was just drafting a plea for help out to you. You must be clairvoyant.
contact W3 DJs.
The Beacon Net, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
There she is. QST, QST, QST. This is Kilo Echo 8 Victor Zulu Alpha KE8 VZA. My personal is Eric Echo Romeo India Charlie, and this is the Beacon Net pre-show. The Beacon Net lights up the nighttime airwaves every Sunday and Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. with pre-checks at 9:30. Those times are Eastern times. You can connect to us via RF on the W8 WKY repeater on 147 Mark 39 megahertz, positive offset, PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And we're with the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association in Doylestown, Ohio, which that's where the repeater's located. Allstar Node 48496 is another way to connect, as is Echolink. Look for W8WKY-R. The Beacon Net is a controlled net, and I ask that all traffic pass through net control, yours truly. And urgent or emergency traffic, please break in at any time. At this point, I'll take a break for any urgent or emergency traffic. Please call now. KE8VZA returning, hearing nothing. Let's go ahead and touch base with our net control team. Excuse me, we'll take some more check-ins, or we'll take check-ins here in a minute. I have some on the list already from the almost instant messenger screen. So I have a net open. It's purely optional. You can follow along with NetLogger, or ragchew.app is another handy way to do it. But the almost instant messenger screen is like a text box, text window, and you can pop messages back and forth amongst people that are logged in. So at this point, let's go up and touch base with our net control team, our, as it's known, our Mickey Mouse roll call. KE8QKO, Nick at Nite. How you doing, and are you ready to roll at the top of the hour?
KE8VZA, KE8QKO. Yes, sir, I am ready to go. Rip roar and sitting here waiting for the net to start up. With that, I'll pass it back to you, KE8QKO.
All right, there, Nick at Nite. I can feel that enthusiasm through the airwaves there, through the radio waves. So we'll talk to you in a little bit. We'll clear with QKO. Let's go down and see if Dustin's out there. KD8EPC. Are you out there tonight, Dustin? How you doing? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
KE8VZA and the Beacon Net pre-show. Well, good evening to you, Eric. This is KD8EPC, if I haven't said that yet. Let's see, what's going on here? Not a whole lot. We're just hanging out, watching some TV, doing some laundry, and just kind of winding down. I'm going to try to stick around, so leave me on the list there, but if I doze off, you can put me down for double D's for my trivia answers. So with that, I'll say 73, and I'll turn it back over to pre-net control. This is KD8EPC. Back to you, Eric.
W8WKY.
Doze off? I'd never do that. Anyway, Dustin, good to hear you tonight. We'll leave you on the log, and we'll give you a shout. If you're there, you're there. If you're not, you're not. If you're not, we'll put you down for double D's. But I'll leave that open in case you change your mind for now. But I'll hold those double D's in reserve. We'll clear with EPC. Let's go down and talk to Just Nick, KD8SLG. Thanks for bailing us out there with the competing net somewhere out in All-Star Land. How you doing tonight? And how's Audrey doing?
KE8VZA, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Eric, and all the Beacon netizens. Yeah, sorry about that. This is only All right, this is the third time I've gotten out of bed today, and I just come over here and say hi. BPPV, benign paroxysmal positional vertigo. Anyway, every time I sit up in bed, I get dizzy and want to fall down. And, yeah, it wasn't fun. So anyway, I've been treated for it before. I think it's the same thing. We'll see what happens. But it's been a rough day. So sorry I wasn't here to warm up the crowd like I usually am. But that's where I was. And I had actually spoken to someone about connecting that net up here earlier this week, and apparently something didn't fall through. And I don't know if you heard W3DJS right there at the beginning, but he's the guy who jumped on the girl, but we got her in there anyway. You kids have fun. I'll try to come back at the end, but don't hold your breath for me. Have a good time. KD8SLG back to net control. Thanks, Eric.
All right, just Nick, we'll leave you on the log here, and sorry to hear about the bouts of vertigo. That's never fun. I've only ever experienced very brief ones, and it was seemingly nothing to worry about, but yours sounds much more than that. So I hope everything will smooth out for you there. So anyway, hopefully we'll talk to you later. If not, that's okay too. So we'll clear with SLG. Let's go down W8HRF. Josh, are you out there, Josh? How you doing? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
KAPGA, W8HRF. Good evening, Eric, and all the Beacon netizens. Today was pretty good. This whole weekend was very busy. The shed foundation's coming along. The footers are all in, thanks to my dad. My brother's helping with that. And now I'm just laying stone and putting border wood around to hold the stone in. So partly done with that. Looking good for being ready to go on Wednesday. So that's cool. But I am going to be in and out tonight. I'm going to relax a little bit and then hit the hay. But wanted to stop by and say hello to everybody. And wish you all a good net. So we'll talk to most of you on Wednesday for the I think it's Josh and Lucy showtime already. Yep. So, all right, catch you later, Eric. KE8BZA, W8HRF, 73 all.
All right there, Josh. Very good. Sounds like the shed project is progressing very well. Good luck with the rest of that. And got you on the log in and out. Good to hear you tonight. We'll clear with W8HRF. Let's go down and see if Lucy's out there. KE8YUK. How you doing, Lucy? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
KE8VZA, KE8YUK. I have a hangnail, so my finger hurts. Anyway, my weekend was a little different than Josh's because while he worked outside, I made sure I had enough food to feed all the men at my house. I made actually a little too much, which I am proud of. But that did give me a lot of dishes to do today, which was not fantastic. And then, let me think, last night, my brother Ben, who some of you may have met at the Sarah Club meeting this month, he is 5-0 as of yesterday. He went 3 rounds with a kid who was 9-0, but is now 9-1. And that kid, while in Ben's weight class, has won by 5 knockouts. So Ben really mopped the floor with him. We're really proud of him. And then today I got to see my dad and 2 other brothers play hockey, and they won that game. And then Ben also played hockey today and also won his game. So it's been a winter weekend for my side of the family sports. Very proud of them, and good to see the brothers who were in town from California. So in general, not what Josh was doing, but still had a good time and grateful to be around them. I will also be in and out. Will says hi. He is not in bed like he should be, so that's going to be my chore for however long. We wish you guys a great net. Oh, Nick, I hope you feel better soon. Vertigo is not fun. I get bouts of it from time to time, and it's never enjoyable. So good luck with that. K8YK to K8VGA. 73s, everybody. God bless.
Wow, Lucy, congrats to your brother. And that's a fantastic record there. And I'm glad you got to see your other brothers in from California. And plenty of food for the shed building party. Cool. Anyway, good to hear you tonight. And we'll mark you in and out. And look forward to hearing you and Josh take the helm on Wednesday. So we'll clear with KE8YUK. Let's go down and see if Alan's out there. I think I've seen it. Yep, I saw him in the blue screen. KI5DAY, Alan, how you doing? How's Larry these days? And are you ready to roll with alt trivia when we get to that?
KI5DAY in the net. Hey, Mr. Eric. Yeah, I'm just doing fine. Let's see. The answers to your questions. I'm fine. Larry's great. He's taken a like to corn nuts lately for some reason, especially the ranch flavored. What else is happening? Oh, and tapioca pudding. He got into some of my tapioca pudding the other day, and I was really upset because that's my favorite, and now he likes it too, so we got problems. What else is going on? Speaking of chickens, wow, this weekend I had a really strange situation. When Lucy started talking about food, it popped in my head. I spent 2 hours Saturday, 2 hours grilling chicken. I mean, I was grilling this chicken for 2 hours and kept grilling it, and finally I just gave up because the chicken never would tell me why it crossed the road. KI5DAY, back to net. Hi.
Right. Oh, yeah. Okay. You had me going there. I'm thinking, man, that chicken's going to be really dry. Anyway, good to hear you, Alan. So corn nuts, ranch-flavored corn nuts. Anyway, good to hear you. We'll hear from you in a bit, and we'll clear with KI5DAY. Let me read off who I have thus far on the list, and we'll take some more check-ins. I have KC0LRM Kelly, KF8G Brian, K5CFY Ray, KI5TAQ Taco Tim, KE8QFT Fred, AB8MO Andy, KE8ZRY Jeremy, KI5MXZ Katusa Chuck, WB4AIZ Chuck in Florida, checked in and out via the blue screen, 73 Chuck, KA8MNT Tom, also signed in and out via the blue screen, 73 Tom, and the last one we have so far on the list is WD8MIU Wade. All right, let's take some more check-ins. Please give me your call sign phonetically, alphabetically, with your name and location. KE8VZA, I'm listening.
Alpha Julia Bravo, Matt, in a short time.
This is Kilo 6 Kilo Julia Victor, Kilo 6 Kilo Julia Victor, Kevin in Valley Springs, California, with an in and out, no traffic. Double D's, Delta and Delta. God bless and 73, everyone.
W8WK.
Whiskey 8 Tango Delta, W8TD John. 44 degrees north, 180 degrees east. Alpha 8, AA8CT, Craig and Shreve. Good evening, Eric.
Whiskey 3, Delta Juliet Sierra, W3 DGS, Dave in Tequila, Georgia.
Whiskey Delta 8, Lima Alpha, Neo and Brewster, I'll be in and out.
Kilo Echo 8, Zulu Romeo.
Well, KC8, Fox Queen, Victor,
Any station you're trying to check in, make sure you have enough audio so the net controller can hear you. KCFQV.
All right, I'll pick it up there. KE8VZA returning. I'm going to jump to one call sign in particular to make sure that I have it right. There was a Whiskey 3 Delta call sign. Could you please give me your call sign again so I got it right in the log here?
Yes, this is Dave, Whiskey 3 Delta Juliet Sierra, W3DJS. I'm in Tequila, Georgia, and first time on the net, coming in through the W8WKY-our Echolink repeater. Found out about your net through YouTube. There's somebody here broadcasts this net on YouTube. Back to net.
All right, David. Well, welcome aboard. And are you going to stick around for the trivia questions and everything?
Unfortunately not. I could just have me in as a check-in and out. Thank you.
Okay, David. Very good. Come back when you can stay a while, and I'll mark you in and out in 7-3. All right, we'll clear with W3DJS. Let me go up and read off who I got. Picked up Matt, AF5JB, short time. K6KJB, Rev Kev out in California with his double Ds for the trivias. In and out. Got you there, Kevin. W8TD, John. He had his longitude, latitude. I didn't quite get it, but I mean, I didn't write it down, but we know he is out and about somewhere there. AA8CT Craig. Let's see, WD8LLA Neil in Brewster. Got you in and out, Neil, 7-3. KE8ZZR Harry. KC8FQV Mark. And I added WA8KOC Fred. I saw you in the blue screen there, or at least on the monitors, and so I tucked you in there at the end. Anybody else before we work this list, please call now. All right, very good. This is KE8VZA returning. I'm going to call out to Fred, WA8KOC. How you doing tonight, Fred? Are you going to be in and out tonight, or are you going to hang around?
KE8VZA, WA8KOC, good evening, Eric, and good evening to everybody else in here on the net, on the pre-net. Thanks for taking my check-in. I'm going to try and stick around. If you get to me and I don't answer, I'm going to be dead asleep. But I'm going to try. We'll see what happens. I appreciate the chance to check in with you, and whatever happens this evening for trivia, I hope it's a fun time, and hopefully I'll be here to give some kind of answers. But if not, you take good care of yourself. Everybody, I'll say 7-3. Have a great rest of your Sundays. KE8VZA and the pre-net for the Beacon Net, WA8KOC.
All right, Fred, very good. Give it your best shot. We'll leave you on the log here, and if you happen to doze off, that's not a problem. Anyway, we'll clear with WA8KOC. Let's go up to our short time station, Matt in Tulsa. AF5JB, how you doing tonight, Matt? And do you have a few comments for the net before we move on here?
I do, and I appreciate it. Good evening to you and everybody else out there over that. Had a great weekend. Seen town, a small route yesterday morning. Got that done, and then went home and cleaned up and ate and people were power nap and all that. And got back up, went to, I did laundry, and then I went to the Hard Rock and had a hamburger there, and I went to the Halloween party there. And I dressed as the Chucky doll for the movie, and just had a wonderful time. A lot of people there. We all had a good time, and everything. Of course, I was really tired by the time it all got done, and went home and had me beer a little bit, and about 5 minutes I was out in bed, but I had a great time. It's worth it. And then squeezed this Pac-Man and some Outrun on my arcade machine at my house earlier this afternoon. So it was I said it was a great time, and happy Halloween to everyone, and it's currently 61 degrees, cloudy in Tulsa, and hope everybody's doing good out there. Have a good evening, and a good week as well. I'll catch you all next time. Thanks for having me on in 73 out there. And this is AFI JB Matt in City of Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's making sure that thank you so much for your time. Good to hear you.
All right, Matt, real good. Sounds like you had another fantastic weekend, and thanks for checking in with us. And 7-3, we'll clear with AF5JB. Let's go up to Kelly, KC0LRM. How you doing, Kelly? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
Okay, never mind. KADZA, I'm the wrong person. I had to think there for a second. Yes, I will be sticking around, even though I'm stuck behind Alan. I guess I'll live with it. Yep, I'll be sticking around for the big show. Everybody have a good one. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, Kelly, very good. Got you on the log here, sticking around. We'll clear with KC0LRM. Let's go down and talk to Brian, KF8G. How you doing tonight, Brian? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
W8WKY. I ain't got a long list going, so I'll keep it short. Yeah, I'll be here. KF8G.
Very good. Thanks, Brian. Got you on the log, sticking around. Let's go down to K5CFY. Ray, how you doing tonight, Ray? Are you sticking around for the big show tonight?
I'm sticking around. Get on down the list.
All right, Ray, sticking around. KI5TAQ Taco Tim, how about you? You going to stick around for trivia and hijinks?
This is KI5TAQ. Yes, I am sticking around for the trivia question and hijinks. You always know I'm always up to some hijinks here and there, especially when some guy named Alan is on. Besides, I think he also, if you ask him what band that he saw in the on his messenger today, you might sit there and say, what was it? It was a picture of maybe one of his former bandmates or former bandmates that he played with. This is KI5TAQ.
him. Maybe he'll reveal that as we go along. All right, got you on board here. Let's go down and talk to Fred, KE8QFT. How you doing, Fred? Are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
KE8QFT here, Fred. Yep. I'll be here. KE8QFT. Back to net control.
All right, Fred, sticking around. Very good. We'll go down to AB8MO, Andy. How you doing, Andy? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
Okay. This is convoluted. I have no reception on Allstar at all, but clearly I'm getting through. So I don't know why I am transmitting, and I am getting absolutely nothing on receive. So I'm receiving on 3.9, transmitting on my node.
All right, Andy. That's curious. Anyway, I can hear you. Full copy. Your audio is just a tad light, but it's good. We'll clear with AB8MO. Let's go down to Jeremy, KE8ZRY. How you doing, and are you going to stick around for trivia tonight?
KE8VZA, this is KE8ZRY. Good evening, Eric. I am going to be sticking around, and as long as I can stay awake. I'm a bit tired, but I'm going to try and stick around. Pass it back to you, KE8ZRY.
All right, Jeremy, there you go. Give it your best shot, and if you happen to doze off, no harm, no foul. But we'll give you a shout when we come back around the horn. We'll clear with KE8ZRY. Let's go down and talk to Catoosa Chuck, KI5MXZ. How you doing tonight, Chuck, and are you going to stick around for trivia?
Yes, sir, I'm going to try. I'm having a lot of trouble with the internet. My Echolink keeps kicking off. I don't know why, but give me a call.
Okay, Chuck, no worries. We'll leave you on the log. We'll clear with KI5MXZ. Let's go down to Wade, WD8MIU. I grabbed you from the blue screen there, Wade. How you doing, and are you going to stick around for the net tonight?
Yeah, Eric, plan on it. We're going to try to stick around and say hi to everybody, and we'll be listening. WD8MIU.
All right, Wade, sticking around. Very good. We'll go down next to John, W8TD. How you doing tonight, John, and are you going to stick around for the main net? W8TD, this is KE8VZA. I heard a very brief syllable that I think was you. Do you want to come back and give it another shot? All right, John may be having internet trouble. John, we'll leave you on the log and give you a call when we come back around. We'll clear with W8TD. Let's go down and talk to Craig, AA8CT. How you doing tonight, Craig? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
KE8VZA. Good evening, Eric. Well, I heard Fred in there, WA8KOC, and Brother said that he may or may not make it, and I think I'm in the same boat. If I'm here, I will answer. If I'm not, assume that I'm asleep. So with that, we'll bid you a good evening. Thank you for
doing the NCO part of the early net, and have a great evening. And maybe we may talk later. If not, 73s, and God bless all out there. Take care, my friend. AAHCT back to KE8VZA. Have a wonderful day. Or wonderful evening, Eric, and it was good talking to you.
All right, Craig, very good. Give it your best shot, and we'll give you a shout. Let's go down to Harry, KE8ZZR. How you doing, Harry? And are you going to stick around for the main net tonight?
KE8VZA, this is KE8ZZR, coming to you from Fort Smith, Ohio. We're down here at the State Forest, and yes, I'll be sticking around.
All right, I think that's about as high as you can get, if I remember the map. Very good. Got you on the log, Harry, sticking around. Let's go down to Mark, KC8FQV. How you doing, Mark? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
Oh, yes, I will, Eric. KCFQ, back it comes.
Very good, Mark. We got you on the log, sticking around. All right, that ends the pre-show. We're only 1 minute into overtime here, a little more than a minute. And let's go up and get a hold of KE8QKO, Nick at Night. This is KE8VZA. I'm ready to turn it over to you if you are.
KE8VZA, KE8QKO. Fine business, Eric. Fine business indeed. I'll take it now. Good evening and welcome to the Beacon Net. My name is Nick. My call sign is KE8QKO, Kilo Echo 8, Quebec, Kilo Oscar, and I'll be net control for the evening. The Beacon Net meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the W8WKY repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8, Allstar Node 48496, and Echolink W8WKY-R. This is a directed net, so all traffic must pass through net control. That includes any comments you may have on the strength of someone else's transmission. We are linked in with our friends in Oklahoma, the Fireside Network, and various other repeaters, and we ask that you key for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit so we hear everything you've got to say. Before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic, please call now.
W8WKY.
All right, nothing heard there. Let me read my words here, so my brain's not moving the same speed. All right, nothing heard there. Any stations that have not already checked into the pre-show that would like to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
November 8, Quebec X-Ray Echo, N8QXE, John in Cleveland, in and out.
All right, I've got N8XQE, John in Cleveland. Thanks for checking in, John. Get your markers in and out. And with that, we're going to talk to our trivia masters. We're going to start with KE8VZA. Eric, can you read the primary trivia question, please?
KE8QKO in the group, KE8VZA here with the main trivia. One of the first radar systems used by the U.S. Army in 1939 was called the SCR-268. That's Sierra Charlie Romeo TAC 268. What frequency of RF did it use? Choices are Alpha, 100 megahertz, Bravo, 14.313 megahertz, Charlie, 2.3 gigahertz, or Delta, 205 megahertz. I'll take a break and read it again. KE8VZA back with main trivia. One of the first radar systems used by the U.S. Army in 1939 was called the SCR-268. That's Sierra Charlie Romeo-268. What frequency RF did it use? Choices are Alpha, 100 megahertz, Bravo, 14.313 megahertz, Charlie, 2.3 gigahertz, or 205 megahertz. I'll post this question in the blue screen momentarily. KE8VZA back to net control.
All right, well, thank you, Eric. I'm going to read that in the blue screen and think on it a bit because I'm not sure what I want to go with for that. But that's a pretty good question. Thanks for doing it. Next, we're going to talk to KI5DAY Alan to get the alternate trivia. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY in the net. Yeah, I dug deep for this one, by golly. Oh, my goodness. Remember, no Googling, no nose-picking, and no wagering on the answers. It's just a guessing game. Here we go. If you haven't let's try that again. If you haven't ever heard the name Penrose, you might find it interesting to know that Penrose is the name of which one of these three things? Is it A, a very exceptional group of apartment communities based in Philadelphia? Is it B, the original name of a famous television show that the name was changed to Melrose Place? C, beef jerky, or D, the name of the world record yellow rose grown by the Cornwaldo Bean family's Cornwaldo Greens nursery? I will post this in the blue screen, KI5DAY back then.
All right, hey, Alan, could I ask you to read that one more time? You were a little on the quiet side. Maybe if you could read it again and speak up a little bit. It's possible some people might have struggled to hear it. Back to you, sir.
Okay, I'll try it again. I don't know why it's been so quiet lately. I'm close to the handheld, but we'll give it another shot. Here we go. If you haven't ever heard the name Penrose, you might find it interesting to know that Penrose is the name of which one of these three things? Is it A, a very exceptional group of apartment communities based in Philadelphia? Is it B, the original name of a famous television show that the name was changed to Melrose Place? Was it C, beef jerky, or D, the name of the world record yellow rose grown by the Cornwaldo Bean family's Cornwaldo Greens nursery? KI5DAY. Hope that went through better.
That was a little better, Alan. Thank you. I'm going to think on that one as well. Okay. And, yeah, let's go start talking to people. The first station we have here is KC0LRM. Kelly, how you doing? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Okay, AQKO. Hey, thanks for getting me in there, Nick. We'll give my answers before I forget. That first one, man, that's a doozy. I'm just going to go with A, Alpha on the first one, and, of course, I got to go with Delta D on the second one. Things doing pretty good here. It's overcast all day here in Wichita, and been raining all weekend. I think that's kind of going on everywhere. And didn't get to watch any football today. I just been doing a few things around the house, and everybody's having a good day out there. And I'll just keep it short. And I got to drive to Topeka tomorrow to get an inspection done on my car, since the car lot can't seem to find a way to do it. So that's all I got. Back to you, and everybody have a good evening.
right, well, thank you, Kelly. Got your answers down there for Alpha and Delta. I'm curious, what kind of inspections do you guys have on your cars in Oklahoma?
No, I'm in Oklahoma. I'm in Kansas today. I'll be in Oklahoma tomorrow. Well, actually Tuesday, but no, it's just I bought a car and it's an out-of-state title, so they have to do a VIN number inspection thing. So just a waste of my time. All right, back to you.
Copy that, sir. Thank you. I heard vehicle inspection. I was kind of surprised. I didn't know. I didn't know Oklahoma did vehicle inspections. But yeah, that makes perfect sense. And thanks for checking in, sir. We appreciate it. This is K8QKO on the WWKY repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And next we're going to talk to Brian, KF8G. How you doing, sir? What do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
Hang on a second, my phone's going crazy. Alright, I got it. Well, my answers are my usual 42 quart Waldo beans. Yeah, I will definitely agree his audio is very, very, very low. I've got my radio turned up 3/4 away, getting blasted by everybody else. But anyway, that's another story. Well, had a nice weekend at the track. Had some pretty good racing and a decent number of cars. I was surprised at the end of the year. We had a lot of cars. That was a lot of fun. So that's it for the racing. Pretty much it for the car shows too. But I'm trying to decide what to do tomorrow. Tomorrow's my birthday, so I figured trying to decide where to go. I got a couple of choices in mind. I had a real hankering for Wiener Schnitzel, so probably head up to Parma. Not much else for the net. Oh, by the way, how about those Browns? Oh my God. I was listening to that. I've got one of those little teeny tiny Chinese radios you get on eBay for about $30. It just does everything shortwave to microwave practically. And well, I tell you what, it picks up the Akron station beautifully from the track, which is a full 60 miles away. Remarkable little radios. I was listening to the game, and it's like, you've got to be kidding me. Is there a statistic for the worst game ever played? Because these guys are working on it. What do you do? At least we got Ohio State. Go Bucks. 7-3s, everyone, and talk to you Wednesday, I guess. KFAG.
W8WKY.
All right, well, thank you. That's your answers down there for 42 corn Waldo beans. Yeah, I didn't watch the game. I don't bother watching the games anymore. Just not that interested. Not that entertaining. But yeah, I guess that's how it goes. Thanks for checking in. Our next station, K5CFY Ray. How you doing, Ray? And what do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
QKO in the net, K5CFY. Well, after asking Siri and Alexa, I'm going to go with Charlie and Charlie. Back to you, K5CFY.
All right, well, thank you, Ray. Thanks for checking in there. You know, Alan never said we couldn't look things up with using AI, so maybe I should use some sort of AI tool to look up the answers, since he didn't put that in his things we couldn't use to look it up. Anyway, thanks for checking in. We've got your answer down for Charlie and Charlie. Next, we have KI5TAQ, Taco Tim from Bofang, Oklahoma. How you doing, Tim? And what do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
Hey, good afternoon. It's good evening. Well, not much more. I just got a little doggy in the blanket. And, of course, my trivia question for tonight is going to be Delta and Delta, also known as double D's. We'll just leave it at that, and maybe the next time when you ask Alan to reread his trivia question, Ask him about that picture of the band that he saw on his phone. It's kind of bony. This is KI5TAQ.
All right, well, thank you, Tim. I'm going to admit I was typing on the blue screen when you gave your answers, and I half heard them and half didn't. But I'm sure Eric got them, and he'll put them in there. I'll show up in the net logger here in a moment. But thanks for checking in, sir. I appreciate it. Next, we have, Delta and Delta. There it is. K8QFT, Uncle Fred. How you doing, Fred? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Well, a couple items. First of all, the trivia, I've got no idea. Someone say Charlie and Bravo, C and B, in that order. Yeah, I got a great nephew who's playing junior varsity football. However, they do have him on special teams, playing for the varsity on Friday nights, and Friday was a big game for their county championship, and they won. It was a tight one, though. The team they were playing was undefeated going to the game, and they won. They had a better mark within the conference, so they won, and now we're awaiting the playoffs. Going to get a week off, a bye, and we'll find out who they're going to play later on. It's probably already out. Haven't looked it up yet, but yeah, I got to see. They even put him in there, and they threw the ball to him one time. You know, that's pretty good for freshmen to get on even just special teams like he is. So other than that, the Browns, as was pointed out, they got edged today. I think it was like 33-13. So that was anybody's game there after the first quarter. Other than that, not much. K8QFT back to net control.
All right, well, thank you, Fred. I think we got your answers down there for Alpha and Charlie. Can you come back and verify?
Oh, my goodness. No, I had Charlie and Bravo, C and B. I'm glad we straightened that out, because if I don't get that, I don't get to go to the bonus round. K8QFT. Thanks for coming back to me. Back to net control.
All right, well, thank you, Fred. Got your corrected answers down as Charlie and Bravo. Yeah, congrats on the great nephew playing varsity special teams. That's pretty cool. And the soccer season is now officially over for my son's school. He played JV. He was on the JV development, whatever. He was on the JV team, and of course they didn't have a postseason, but the varsity team did, and they made it all the way to the district finals on Saturday, and they lost. And apparently they got beat pretty bad. But hey, actually they played pretty darn good leading up to it. And I was watching some of those games thinking, man, if they played that good during the regular season, it might have been a little bit better for them. But yeah, that's how it goes. The high school team's going to go until, I don't know, they get to the states or something. But that's the way it's gonna end up. All right, we have time to go talk to Aviate-MO Andy. How you doing, Andy? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Okay, this is AB&MO coming through the 49562 as I hear something and turned up my mic gain, so everybody was complaining my audio was low. So hopefully it's better now. Let's see, for trivia answers, I'm going to go with B and D, or actually D and D, not to be confused with B and D. So while Nip jumps on you and yells at me for not using phonetics, Delta and Bravo, okay? Anyhow, since you had me curious,
Nick had mentioned, not Nick, Eric had mentioned the southernmost point in Ohio. I knew it wasn't what he said it was, Portsmouth. I thought it was Ironton. That's not it either, but that's closer. It's actually, depending on your definition, would either be South Point, Ohio, which is the southernmost incorporated community in Ohio, or the unincorporated community or census-designated place of Burlington, Ohio, would claim the title geographically. So there you go. So don't try to use that for a trivia question, because there's your answer. No southern point in Ohio. That's all I got from here. I'm going to go lay in bed. I had a great weekend. Spent it with some friends from Christian Bed's weekend ministry that I'm involved with, and it was very good. It was about a 3-hour drive east here, but it was worth it. The weather was good, and the fellowship was great too. So hopefully you hear me fine this time. I can't turn it up anymore. I shouldn't have to turn up my mic gain this high. KE8QKO, this is AB8. I'm out.
All right, well, thank you for checking in there, Andy. Got your answer down there for Delta and Bravo, and I have a comment after I identify. This is KE8QKO and the WWQR repeater 147, Mark 390, positive auto 7, the PL tone of 114, Mark 8. And I will add to your list of southernmost points, the southernmost point in spirit would simply be West Virginia, because we know Ohio is so much better than West Virginia. They must want to be part of Ohio. So anyway, with that, I will say goodnight, Andy, and I will move on to KE8ZRY, Jeremy. How you doing, Jeremy? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KE8QKO, this is KE8ZRY. Good evening, Nick. Jeremy here in Ashland. Not much going on. Doing some relaxing, getting ready for the week. Just realized I have to go do some work actually for the week. Oops. But that being said, not much going on. Had a pretty good weekend, and I'm going to give you my trivia answers. It's going to be Delta and Alpha. I think that's it. I hope everybody has a great evening, a great week, and I'll talk to y'all later. This is KE8ZRY, seeing 7 degrees.
W8WKY.
All right, well, thank you, Jeremy. Got your answers down there for Delta and Alpha. Next, we have KI5MXZ, Catoosa Chuck. How you doing, Chuck? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Oh, I'm doing fine, sir. Internet held out for another minute, I guess. Charlie, I think is the one with the gigahertz or whatever, and Alpha for the second one. That's all I got. Kilo India 5, Mike X-Ray Lulu, back to net control.
All right, well, thank you, Chuck. Thanks for checking in. Oh, you know, can you come back with your answers one more time? We got Charlie, and can you come back with your alternate?
Yes, sir. That would be Alpha.
All right, thank you, sir. Charlie and Alpha, and thanks for checking in. We got you in the log. All right, next two stations we have are In and Out. That's WB4AIZ and KA8MNT, which is going to take us down to, oh my gosh, I haven't talked to this guy in a while, WD8MIU, Warm Weather Wade. How you doing, Wade? How's life down in Florida?
Well, Nick, we think about you once in a while because you were down here visiting your grandfather, your dad, I think it was, and spent some time with me at the Ham Fest. And we had lunch, if my memory's right, or breakfast, I forget what it was. At any rate, I'm going to go with Charlie. Easy for you to remember, CC. And, yeah, we try to check in now and then here, but sometimes the Allstar don't always cooperate with me, but seems like it is tonight, though. Say hi to all my friends up there, and I guess we'll turn it back over to you and let you carry on with the net. WD8MIU, Seminole, Florida, on the West Coast.
All right, well, thank you, Wade. Got your answer down for Charlie, and that was a good time coming down and spending some time with you at the Ham Fest. We went to a Mexican for lunch. Yeah, my was down there for now, I guess. I don't know what he's going to do, but he's got a double-wide trailer and a trailer park down there that he lives in, and he's happy as a clam doing that. But his summers, he comes up north. My grandparents have since moved on. Well, my grandfather's since passed away, but my grandmother lives with her daughter in Charlotte now, so I don't quite make it down to Florida for as much. Mostly the only thing down there is my dad, and he comes up here every summer, so my trips to Florida have significantly waned over the years. But yeah, that's just how it goes. Anyway, thanks for checking in, Wade. Good to hear you, and hopefully we'll get to see you come back up north and visit again sometime soon. We got a few in and outs after you checked in, and that's going to be AF5JB, K6KJV, RevGev, Double D's checking in there, and he was in and out. And then W8TD, John, also checked in and out. That's going to take us down to AA8CT, Craig. How you doing, Craig? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KE8QKO, good evening, Nick. I got to tell you real quick, I was listening, actually transmitted between you and Josh with the Scout Jamboree. I thought it was spectacular, especially the young people, and that one young man, I think it was with you, talked to a Canadian station. Wow. All right, well, let's get back to business. My answers are Charlie and Charlie, probably wrong and wrong, but that's what I'm going to go with, and you do have a list, so I'm going to say thanks so much for all you do, and thank you for being the NCO this evening. And finally, have a great evening, and we will catch you down the log, AA8CT to KE8QKO. Thank you very much, and 73s, my friend.
All right, thank you, Craig. Yeah, that was a fun day. We had a lot of kids getting on the radio and talking to different people, and it was great for you to check in with them. Have some local stations from the Sarah Club representing. I really did appreciate that. Yeah, like I said, it was a lot of fun. I would like to have more kids on the radio. We had a couple of stations set up. Some we're learning about FT8 and doing some stuff there. And we were just kind of on HF, sitting by the back of my truck and just trying to make all the contacts we could. We got some Canadians. We got Illinois. We had North Carolina. And then towards the end of the afternoon, the New York QSO party really ramped up, and we got a ton of New York stations. But also, we were on 40 meters, which was oddly the only really band my antenna would tune on, which bugs me. I need to set that back up and reach out to the guy that I got it from, because it should be good on 20, 40, 10, and 15. There was nothing on 15, but yeah, I couldn't tune 10 or 20, which kind of annoyed me. But yeah, that's how it goes. That's how it goes sometimes. All right, next two stations after Craig are in and out. That's W3DJS and WD8LLA. And that's going to take us down to KE8ZZR, Harry. How you doing, Harry? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KE8QKO, this is KE8ZZR. Good evening, Nick. Coming to you from just west of Portsmouth. We're actually in Niles, Ohio. It's the Shawnee State Forest. We're at the Shawnee State Park, Ohio Riverside. We're camped along the river, and we'll be down here till Wednesday. So XYL and we're sitting here watching football and doing a little radio. So with my trivia questions, I'm going to go with Charlie and Bravo, and with that, I'll turn it back to you. Thanks for running the net,
there, Nick. This is KE8ZZR clear. All right. Well, thank you, Harry. We got your answer down there for Charlie and Bravo, and enjoy that camping by the river. This is KE8QKO on the W8WKY repeater 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. Next we're going to talk to KC8FQV Mark. How you doing, Mark? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
All right, KCFQV. I'm going to say Delta and Alpha. Delta for the main, Alpha for the alternative. DA. And yeah, I'm looking right now at the high school at OHSAA.org, and they got the pairings there already. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm looking through them. But you go to OHSAA.org. You can take a look at them for yourself, whomever wants to. Yeah. I think we were having some problem. A few of the channels on the cable system, they were blank. Well, I call Spectrum S and fill the rest of the name in. Because that's why I think they are. But, yeah, they throw all the eggs in one basket. And that's what happens. When you throw all the eggs in one basket, things can happen. So, we'll send it back to the net, KCFQV.
All right, well, thank you, Mark. Got your answers down there for Delta and Alpha, and yeah, they're pretty quick on updating those playoff brackets, so that's good to know. And next we have WA8KOC, Fred. How you doing, Fred? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KE8QKO, WA8KOC. Hey, good to hear you, Nick. Thanks for taking my check-in. Thanks for being net control for this evening's net. It was a good weekend. We actually wound up going to church this morning, coming back home, doing a little bit of work, and then heading out to meet some friends down at Lockport Brewery in Bolivar, and had a little meal with them, and quite surprised that their pizzas got better again instead of as bad as they were a while ago. So it was a nice evening, and just got back to kind of calm down and crawl back into bed, get some rest, start the week tomorrow. Answers for the trivia will be A and D, Alpha and Delta, and I have no freaking clue if any of those are anywhere near right, but the trivia is a learning thing, so I'm happy to do it. Take good care of yourself. Have a good rest of your Sunday and weekend, and we'll talk soon, I'm sure. 7-3 to you and everybody else in here on the net. KE8QKO and the Beacon at WA8KOC.
All right, well, thank you, Fred. Got your answers down there for Alpha and Delta, and thanks for checking in tonight. Finally, our is in and out. That's N8QXE John, who is in and out. All right, so we're back down at the bottom of the list here. We'll say anyone who wants to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Please check in Kilo India 5 Whiskey Delta Mike KI5WDM Donald in the Osage of Oklahoma.
Kilo Juliet 5 Alpha Tango Alpha KJ5 ATA guy from Georgetown, Texas. KJ5 ATA guy from Georgetown, Texas. Anyways, the network, if you're going to call back, or yeah, whatever.
Kilo Foxtrot 8.
Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo WV3K. Canal Fulton, Phil.
I'm going to take it right there. All right, I have KI5WDM, I have KJ5ATA, I have KF8QRZ, or the KFA station. Can you come back one more time with your call sign, please? We had a double.
Yes, sir. Sorry about that there. It was Kilo Foxtrot 8, Echo Romeo Zulu, KF8ERZ.
Copy, I've got KF8ERZ. And just so you know, sir, you were a little quiet, but we got you checked in there, Terry. And then we had WV3K. So that's all the check-ins we got so far. We're going to open it up here and see if anybody else wants to check into the BeaconNet. Please call now. All right, nothing heard there. Let's run through this list. KI5, WDM, Donald, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Evening, I guess. Night, even in some cases. I don't have anything. I came out here to get on the radio earlier, and my floor in my shack was, had about an inch of water in it. Had mattresses. It's in my camper, so my mattresses were all wet, and other things were all wet. So I didn't get to listen to what the trivia question was at all.
All right, well, I'll tell you what. We ran through the whole pre-show and just got down to some regular check-ins for the actual net. So this might be a really good time to read those trivia questions. Let's go up and talk to K8VZA, Eric, to get the primary question ready. Again, Eric, take it away.
KE8QKO, KE8VZA here with main trivia. One of the first radar systems used by the U.S. Army in 1939 was called the SCR-268. That's Sierra Charlie Romeo -268. What frequency RF did it use? Choices are Alpha 100 megahertz, Bravo 14.313 megahertz, Charlie 2.3 gigahertz, or Delta 205 megahertz. KE8VZA back to net control.
All right, thank you, sir. Let's get out and talk to KI5DAY Alan to get the alternate question read. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY, sorry about that. Let me make sure I'm not doubling. Alright, KI5DAY returning. I'm on RF now. I hope this sounds better. I had to wait on the repeater ID. Of course it would do that right when I went to RF. Anyways, I'll read this and hopefully I'm coming through okay. Tonight's alt trivia is, if you haven't ever heard the name Penrose, you might find it interesting to know that Penrose is the name of which one of these three things? It's either A, very exceptional group of apartment communities based in Philadelphia, B, the original name of a famous television show that the name was changed to Melrose Place, C, beef jerky, or D, the name of the world record yellow rose grown by the Cornwaldo Bean family's Cornwaldo Greens Nursery. KI5DAY, back to net.
All right, thank you, Alan. Let's go back up to KI5WDM to get his trivia answers. Donald, take it away.
This is KI5WDM, back with you again. All right, my answer is going to be A and B, Alpha and Bravo. And with that, I'll let you get on and see what everybody else has got to say. I'm real interested to find out what that first one is. I just saw a thing on that on World War II and radar systems. I can't remember a thing I watched. KI5WDM on the side.
All right, thank you, Donald. Got your answer down there for Alpha and Bravo. And this is KE8QKO on the WWKO repeater 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And next, we're going to go down and talk to KJ5 ATA Guy. How you doing, Guy? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Yeah, Nick. And all the net, Beacon Net, W8WKY. As far as the net, the trivia, you know, I don't know if there was such a thing as gigahertz in those days for radar, but, you know, I'm going to say it's going to be a Bravo on the first question. And then the second question is going to be, it sounds so convoluted that B must be the answer. So I'm going to say Bravo and Bravo on both of those questions and all like that. Anyways, been a nice day here in Central Texas. We finally got a hit of fall weather. It did not reach up to 90 degrees. Amazing. Amazing. And so I really appreciate that. Anyways, I'll bet you guys up in Ohio know what that's all about. Probably maybe about 20 degrees cooler. I can't tell you. I really don't know. But I'm sure it's a bit cooler, and you got a lot of leaves. And that's good. I like it. Anyways, this is KJ5 ATA, and we're going to give it back to Nick at the network control. 73.
All right, well, thank you, Guy. Yeah, I think it's around the 60s during the day and dropping down into the 30s at night. So it's not too bad here yet. And leaves, they're still mostly on the trees. They're all going to drop probably all at once, and then suddenly going to have cold days and wet leaves in the yard, and I'm not looking forward to that. They seem to be dropping. Feels like it's later this year than usual, but also it was pretty hot this fall. See how it goes. Anyway, got your answer down there for Bravo and Bravo. Thanks for checking in, sir. Next, we have KF8ERZ, Terry. How you doing, Terry? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KF8ERZ, good evening there, Net Control, and everybody on the net. I hope that helped my audio there. I turned my mic gain up to 18 dB, so we'll see if that improves. But anyway, not too much to add this evening. It's good to hear everybody on there, and thank you for taking my check-in. And it's been a pretty good day. Went to church this morning, and just kind of got some things done around the house the rest of the afternoon, so that's been about it. But my answers for trivia, I'll go with Charlie and Bravo. Charlie and Bravo. We'll see where that gets me. But anyway, just want to say 73 is everybody on the net, and everyone have a wonderful evening. This is KF8ERZ.
All right, thank you, Terry. We got your answers down there for Charlie and Bravo, and thanks for checking in with us. You're not coming in with RF, all right? You're coming in through a node, correct?
Yes, sir. I'm actually on an HT on Echolink. I was on Allstar, and I switched to Echolink and increased my gain. It's a POC handheld that does Android based. Back to Net Control, KF8ERZ.
All right, copy that, sir. Thanks. I wasn't sure. We have had a couple of stations over the years that have been able to get into us for RF from West Virginia, which always kind of floored me. But there was one guy. He used to check in pretty regularly. I forget his call sign, but he pretty much always came in RF. And sometimes it was scratchy, but sometimes it was pretty clear. So Yeah, that's how it goes. Well, thanks for checking in. We appreciate it. It's good to hear you. Next, we have WV3K Phil. How you doing, Phil? And what do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
Hello, Nick and Nite. WV3K. I'm tired. I just about missed the net, and I just want to call in and say hello to all. I got to get some rest, go to the VA tomorrow early. So I'm going to bid my evening to all and wish everyone a very blessed evening. Lots of love to you all, and please have a wonderful, good rest. God bless. Whiskey Victor, 3 Kilo. Back to net control. Good night, Nick.
All right, good night, Phil. Hey, horseshoes, hand grenades, and thermonuclear war. That's about the only thing almost counts for it. But so you made the net, and that's all that matters. Thanks for checking in, sir. Good to hear you. All right, we had 2 more stations check in from the blue screen. That's KF580E and KG5SYC. So we'll talk to them real quick. KF580E, Nickelodeon. How you doing, sir? And what do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
Hey, good evening, all. I don't know how to operate Sandy's iPad thing. There's no buttons that I'm used to having on it. This is KF5ADE, and yeah, it's kind of convoluted tonight. Let's get the main one out of the way. I'm going to go with A and alternate A. I'm going to go with AA. So American Airlines for me. Other than that, we're up here, down here, whatever, enjoying the cooler weather. Finally, like the other fellow was saying, but we're a little bit further south than he is, so our days are still kind of on the warm side, but not quite. We're getting cooler finally, so it's kind of nice. I've been out in the garage cleaning it up, or trying to get it cleaned up. And I'll let Sandy tell you the rest of the story. KF5AD, back to net control.
All right, well, thank you, Nickelodeon. And that reminds me, my sister-in-law was flying through Oklahoma City earlier this week, and she got hung up there on some mechanical issue on her airplane, flying American Airlines. So I figured, my wife told me the story. I said, was it American Airlines? She said, yeah, I think so, which, who knows, it may not have been, but I'm going to assume that it was, because we all know who works there. Alan, I'm blaming you for my sister-in-law getting stuck in Oklahoma City, middle of the week, on some sort of business trip. It's your fault. Maybe it wasn't, but I think it probably was. Anyway, thanks for reminding me there, Nick. I appreciate it. Let's go talk to Sandy, KG5SYC. How you doing today, ma'am? And what do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
This is KG5SYC, and hello, everyone. It's been a while trying to get acclimated with the spouse back and trying to kind of train him the way I was doing it before he was, while he was gone, because I got it into a routine, and now he's trying to bust it, which isn't going over so well. But I guess we're just going to have to work together, and we've got the grandpup here, and everything, got the house all taken care of as far as the roof and the foundation. And we found out that we needed a new hot water heater, so that was on our bucket list, and it's installed. And while we were at it, we got a new breaker for the hot water heater put in, because that's what I thought it was. And so hopefully that's the end of our troubles of repair for a while, and hoping to fly to Washington State for Thanksgiving. But we'll see about that one. Trivia. Oh, let's see. Let's go A, and then let's go C. Just because A and C. A for always right and C for Cibolo. There you go. This is KG5SYC. Back to net control.
All right. Well, thank you, Sandy. Yeah, I hope that's all the problems you guys have on the house this year. You don't want to have any more. But you know how they can be. You just keep putting money into them. That's the way home ownership goes. Anyway, thank you, ma'am. Got your answer down there for Alpha and Charlie. We have one more check-in from the blue screen. That's N5KBD. Before I go down to Peter, this is K8QKO on the WWKY repeater 147 Mark 390 positive, also with a PL total of 114 Mark 8. So now we're going to go down to now we're going to go down and talk to N5KBD. Peter, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight? November 5, Kilo Bravo Delta. Pete, are you out there? Do you have comments for the Beacon Net? All right, well, Pete asked to be checked in on the blue screen, but he's not getting a response, so maybe we'll get back to him here in a little bit. We'll say this, anyone who would like to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Kilo Echo 8, my Yankee Chris Amherst.
All right, I've got K8 MMY. Chris, how you doing, sir? What do you have for the Beacon Net?
Well, thanks for keeping me company this whole time. I'm just fooling around in the kitchen here, cooking some stuff up. It's slow cook overnight, and I think that my answers are going to be gigahertz, and the other one I think is that wonderful living community that he painted such a great picture that I can see it in my head. So those are the two that I'm going to go with, and I'll get back to work, and you get back to the net, and thank you very much for taking my call. KE8 MMY.
All right, thank you, Chris. Got your answers down there for Charlie and Alpha. Is there anyone else who would like to check into the Beacon Net? Please call now. All right, nothing heard there. Let's go talk to our net control team. We're going to start with K8 VZA. Eric, how you doing, sir? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KE8QKO in the group, KE8BZA here. Doing well, Nick. Trivia before I forget. I'm going to abstain from the main, of course, and I'm going to go with Alpha for the alternate trivia question. Let's see, good weekend. Kind of busy. Went to a fundraiser for my wife's work last night, and that was a lot of fun. And what else? Today, did some work on the plywood pond, progressing its closing process a little bit further, and I had to do another round of chemistry today, and in my evil chemical lab, and to get the alkalinity up. I think it should be good, so just trying to get everything stabilized before I shut the pump down and drain the lines. So we're getting close. We're getting close. And I've been watching the temps, and for the next week, we're going to stay above freezing for the next, say, 10 days or so at least. So I've got a good window there. What else? Cut the grass. There you go. Really exciting, huh? And boy, it gets cold when the sun heads down. Let me tell you, it gets cold fast. Anyway, KE8VZA back to net control.
All right, well, thank you, Eric. And, hey, what's your alternate trivia answer?
For all trivia, I'm going to go with Alpha. Alpha. KE8VZA, back to you, Nick.
Copy that, sir. Thank you. Got you down for Alpha. All right, next we have KD8EPC, Dustin. He said he might be around. Let's see if he's still there. Dustin, how you doing? Do you have comments for the Beacon Net? You know, Dustin falls asleep early every time I do this. I really should call on him earlier. I might have to start doing that. But he did say that if he doesn't answer, put him down for double D's, and that's what we did. Next, we can talk to KD8SLG, just Nick. How you doing, Nick? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight? Oh no, our resident Beacon Net hippie fell asleep, apparently. All right, well, good luck to you, Nick. I'm guessing you're off as well. I think he also said something about being tired and not being hanging around. I understand. I've had those nights. Next two stations were in and out. That's W8HRF and K8YUK. We know they're tired because they have two kids. Which takes us down to KI5DAY Allen. How you doing, sir? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Alrighty, KI5DAY. Just curious, this is the third swap I have made. I went from Allstar connection through Claremore to RF in Claremore. Now I'm on Allstar on high power on my handheld going through the 3496. Is this any louder or is it still quiet?
Well, Alan, I'll tell you the truth. Sounded pretty good to me, but I've also cranked the volume up on my radio a fair bit tonight. So, sounded good to me. Maybe not everybody else. How you doing? What do you have for the net?
All right, then I'll just try to make sure I keep it close to me and talk up. I'm not a loud talker in person. Somebody got onto me in church this morning in Sunday school class for not talking loud. One of the ladies was like, "You really talk quiet," and I'm like, "No, because I don't like loud." But anyways, you'd think I would. I used to be a rock and roll drummer, so I sat in the drums for many a years, making all kinds of god-awful rackets, especially with the cymbals when you hit them and the bass drum at the same time. It's quite the sound. But anyways, yeah, I don't have a whole lot. I guess I'm just busy weekend. Had a lot of fun on the 3-day weekend, except for the rain. The rain really washed away my plans. Hi. Yes, that was a pun intended. And didn't get to do as much as I wanted to, but I had some good downtime. Made a whole bunch of contacts yesterday. You know, I run 95 watts on HF with a G5 RV Junior, 21 feet up. And, man, it was rocking and rolling yesterday. I broke my old record of 8,500 miles and hit Vietnam, and right behind it, Australia. One was 8,600 miles to Vietnam, and the other one was 8,700 to where the guy was in Australia. Touching Japan, Scotland, all kinds of places. But anyways, don't have a lot else. Just happy to be here, as always. KI5DAY, back to net. Regular trivia, I'm going to go with C, Charlie.
All right, copy that, sir. Got you down for Charlie for the regular trivia. Sounds like a pretty good, though, washed-out weekend. My weekend was not washed out. What did I do? Did something Friday night. I don't remember. And then Saturday, my wife. So there's a place up in Warren, Ohio. It's they do American Wagyu cows. They have some old Wagyu, like Japanese cattle they bred with American cows, and so they sell it up there. And recently, it's called Carney Wagyu. They recently opened a butcher shop in Warren. So my wife and I made a trip up there. I got her a couple of steaks. Her birthday's coming up this week, so we're gonna have some nice steak for her dinner, for her birthday dinner. And because Dad on Saturday went to see Paranorman in the theater with some friends Saturday afternoon, and went out to lunch and all that kind of fun, happy hoopla. But pretty good weekend today. It's kind of really just housework. But that's just how it goes. Didn't know outside work today, but we said inside stuff I had to catch up on. And that's where I'm at. That's been my weekend. My answers to the trivia are going to be Bravo and Bravo. Eric, they're Bravo and Bravo. That's what I've got going on. So, pretty good weekend. Pretty relaxing weekend, especially today. This is K8QKO on the WWQR repeater 147 Mark 2.0, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And we're going to try another station that we missed earlier and see if he's out there. November 5, Kilo Bravo Delta. Peter, are you out there? Do you have comments from the Beacon Net? All right, nothing else heard from Pete. Let's go take another round of check-ins. If you want to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. All right, nothing heard. Let's get some answers. Some trivia answers, that is. K8BZA. Eric, can you read the answer to the primary question, please?
K8QKO in the group. KE8VZA here with the main trivia answer. So, first radar system used by the U.S. Army in 1939, the SCR-268. And the question was, what frequency RF did it use? Was it 100 megahertz, 14.313 megahertz, 2.3 gigahertz, or 205 megahertz? The correct answer is Delta, 205 megahertz. Let me take a break for time, and I'll read you a little info about the 268. KE8VZA returning. So the SCR-268 was the U.S. Army's first radar system. It was introduced in 1940 and was developed to provide accurate aiming information for anti-aircraft artillery, and was also used for gun-laying systems and directing searchlights against aircraft. The radar was widely utilized by both the Army and the Marines for air defense and early warning units during World War II. The Army Signal Corps had been experimenting with certain radar concepts as early as the 1920s, and on May 26, 1937, they were able to test their prototype for the 268, and they were tracking a Martin B-10 bomber, and visually it was not where it was supposed to be. So they started hunting for it on radar and found it 10 miles off course, and when they flipped the searchlight on, which was radar guided, there was the bomber right there, painted by the searchlight. So it was a successful demonstration, and the system entered production at Western Electric shortly thereafter and entered service in 1940. About 3,100 units were produced by the end of the war, and actually I also read by the end of the war it had become obsolete because they had started upping the frequencies into microwave ranges, so with different units. So there you have it, SCR-268, 205 megahertz, Delta. KE8VZA, back to net control.
right. Well, thank you, Eric. I got that one wrong, but mostly I guess because, well, there was an incident in one of the states in the Pacific right before World War II, or right at the start, and there was some confusion about the radar systems out there as far as whether they thought they were tracking flocks of birds or something, and I thought, well, they must have been using something crappy like 14 megahertz, but apparently I was wrong. Anyway, thanks, Eric. Appreciate you, and appreciate the trivia. Let's go to I5 DAY Alan to get the alternate trivia answer. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY returning. So I actually got that one right. I am shocked. Good question, Eric. I wasn't sure. I had no idea for sure, but that was the first one that popped in my head, so I went with it. That's awesome. Tonight's alternate trivia question was, if you haven't ever heard the name Penrose, you might find it interesting to know that Penrose is the name of which one of these three things. Penrose is actually the name of two of these things. However, the spelling comes into play because Penrose, two different words, would affect the answer of tonight's answer, because the first answer was a very exceptional group of apartment communities based in Philadelphia. It's true, it's called Penrose, but that's all one word, Pennrose. However, it's odd to think that the actual first name of beef jerky was Penrose, two words, and it was created around 1929, and the original inventor of Penrose, or beef jerky, Adolph Levis. He was an American businessman and philanthropist, and later he had a partner, I think it's Joseph Cherry, and in the 1940s they hired a butcher to come up with Slim Jim, the mascot, and they changed the name to Slim Jim. So yeah, there you go. As odd as that is, it's actually beef jerky. So KI5DAY back then.
Well, Alan, I'm not sure I would consider Slim Jim to be beef jerky. It's more of a beef stick. Beef jerky is really a different processing of the meat. But I guess I'll give that to you. Very loosely coupled answer. Anyway, thanks. We can have a conversation about that later if you want, but I will insist on winning. Thanks, Alan. Appreciate the alternate trivia. All right, this is KEAQKO and the WWKY repeater. 147 Mark 390, positive option with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And we have time for one more round, and only one more round of check-ins or rechecks. So if you want to get into the NetBeacon Net and you want to tell the trivia masters how they are wrong, you are welcome to do so right now with a recheck or a check-in.
Hello, yes, this is KJ5ATA. I did not get the answer to the second trivia question. I got the verbatim, but I didn't get the letter for the number. I don't, or was it Bravo? I mean, I can't remember. I mean, this is so important to me. I mean, I got the first one wrong because I said it was Bravo, but the second one, I don't know if I said it was. If they said it was Bravo or not. If that can be clarified, that would make me sleep better for the night. Anyways, back to that.
All right, well, thank you for that, Guy. You're correct. Alan's bad with phonetics and following directions, because we prefer the trivia answers always be given in phonetics. But we'll go back up to Alan, KI5DAY, and he can give us the answer again. Alan, KEAQKO. How about another read of that answer with the answer in phonetics?
KI5DAY returning. Nope. Guy has to go to bed without hearing the answer. I'm not going to give it, and that way he can sit and fret all night. Hi. No, it's C, the letter C, Charlie. Beef jerky was the answer. Penrose, two words, was originally the name of beef jerky before Adolph Levis and his partner changed it over to beef jerky, and then Slim Jim came along when they hired a butcher to come up with a character for it. So There you go. Beef, turkey, Charlie was the answer. KI5DAY.
Copy that, guy. Charlie for beef stick. And, yeah, go down that path if we want. But there's your answer.
Yeah, network. I got the answer. Oh, well, I got 2 wrong tonight. It's not the first time, but I'm always right until I'm proven wrong. Okay, end of story. I'm going to let it go. Have a good Sunday evening. Everybody get some sleep and everything like that. Good night to the network. This is KJ5ATA.
All right, copy that, sir. Thanks for checking in. Sorry you got it wrong, but if it helps, I got it wrong too. All right, on behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, KE8BZA, KI5DAY, KD8SLG, W8HRF, KAYUK, KD8EPC, and Larry the Rubber Chicken, I would like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening. Come and join us on the next edition of the Beacon Net, Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on the WWKY repeater, Allstar Node 48496, and Echolink W8WKY-R. You are welcome to join us on the Barometer Net, also on the WWKY repeater, every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, except for Sundays. Don't forget to check out our friends on the Boredom Breaker Net, every day at noon Central Time on Allstar Node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R. You've been listening to the Beacon Net. This is KE8QKO, returning the repeater to normal and customary amateur radio use at this time, 73 all.
W8WKY.